Very good. All right. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Would you all like a drum or a rattle? You good? All right. Would you like a drum or a rattle? A drum?
I like a rattle.
A rattle? Apparently my sinuses have my ears a little stuffed up, so thank you. All right, welcome. Happy Sunday. Let's just begin with taking 3 deep breaths together. All right, so you want to let your eyelids relax or close, whatever's comfortable for you. And just start becoming aware of your breath. Yeah, clear your throat if you need to. Got a lot of movement going on there today. And just exhale. Take a deep breath in. Pause. And exhale. And pause. And breathe in. Pause. And exhale. And pause. And one more deep breath in. And let it go. Settling in. Just allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. You can open your eyes when you feel ready, or you can just keep them closed for now, whatever's comfortable for you. Welcome to the New Moon Shamanistic Sanctuary. I'm Reverend Angela Faith, shamanic practitioner and mentor. I'm going to walk around with the singing bowl now. So again, if you want to just let your eyes be relaxed or closed, or just take your gaze down. And just know that with the sound of the singing bowl, we're cleansing. Just notice what comes up for you, how your body responds. Just take a deep breath and exhale. Very nice. And if you'd like to stand, please stand. As we've created sacred space for us to all be in, we're all going to face the east, so facing the wall with the tapestry of the sunrise. And just setting the intention of grounding down through the bottom of your feet. So knowing that you are connected to the earth. Just imagine that you have roots coming through the bottom of your feet, just like a tree, connecting you to our Mother Earth. And then bringing your awareness to the crown of your head. And using your beautiful imagination, just imagine that you have a beam of golden light, divine light, just coming down through the crown of your head, connecting you above and below. And as we face the east together, we welcome the grandmothers, guardians of the east, the place of the sunrise, the promise of a new day, a new beginning, full of opportunities, potential, new dreams, a rebirth, always promised. The air that carries our lungs, that moves our bodies, the winds that sing our names and move the trees. We welcome you, grandmothers, guardians of the East. And turn to your right. Grandmothers, guardians of the South. The place of summer, reminding us to laugh, to play outside, to stay up late, to love, to dare, to dream, to approach life with childlike wonderment, curiosity, awe. Reminding us that fire must be tended to, honored, will be our friend. Welcome, grandmothers, guardians of the South. And turning to your right, grandmothers, guardians of the West, where the waters flow to cleanse and purify and carry us along the path of least resistance, lest we struggle. Reminding us the beauty of change as the autumn leaves let go of their branches and fall back to the earth, and a never-ending cycle. Encouraging us to slow down, to count our blessings, to be grateful and to be compassionate. Welcome, grandmothers, guardians of the West. And then turn again to your right. Grandmothers, guardians of the North. The elders. The deep sleep we call death, preparing us for rebirth. Our Earth Mother that welcomes us home. The quiet of the winter that allows us to introspect, to gain wisdom, compassion, discernment, the gifts. Welcome, grandmothers, guardians of the North. Above Father Sky and your mystery and your wonder, and below Mother Earth and your abundance and your compassion. And the Creator, the great mystery, the ultimate truth, all that is, expressing through you, placing you in the center of the sacred circle, expressing through you, around you, interconnecting you with all that is. Welcome. And you can take your seats, take your time. Bradley, will you hand me a songbook, please? Thank you. My little wee woman. So, we're going to do some drumming and singing together, creating collective effervescence, that great high tingly feeling of interconnectedness that is innate within us, that we suffer when we don't experience it, right? Isolation is great, but coming together is also, I find, necessary. Right? So if you have a drum, if you've never played a drum before, just want to let you know that this is a safe space to play. Don't be worried about anybody hearing you. There's going to be a lot of drums going, so no one will notice. And let your wrist be relaxed and just kind of bounce off the drum. If you're too stiff, it'll sound like that. So just play with it. Get to know your drum, feel your drum. The spirit of your drum is like a friend. So we'll just do a 4-count beat. We'll start with that, and we'll just let the energy build. Again, if you want to let your eyelids close, and be curious about how your body responds, because your body is designed to respond to the beat of a drum. It resonates with the heartbeat of Mother Earth. It resonates with your own mother's heartbeat when you were in the womb. When we're at concerts and they start the drum, that bass, your body responds. So whatever is on your mind, wherever you are, trust that just being in the room with the drum is bringing things into alignment. It's creating a space for restoring you to wellness. So be curious, see how it feels. So we'll just do a 4-count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's not a call and response song. So we're just gonna sing it together. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, stand in your power, listen, stand in your power, listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, give life, others give life. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, teach them, be wise, Lord. Teach them, be wise. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, wake up, child, wake up, listen, 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 listen. My grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, stand in your power, women, stand in your power. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, give birth, give life, mothers, give birth, give life. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, teach them, be wise, Lord. Teach them, be wise. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, wake up, child, wake up, listen, 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 listen. And we'll just slow it down. And come to naturals. I would feel so tingly.
Yeah, you can feel your body vibrating
Right?
after that.
Woo! Let's just take a moment. Don't forget to breathe. Don't ride the wave. Send gratitude to your drum. Get my insides to stop shaking. So, if you are here again, welcome back. And if you're here for the first time, welcome and thank you for showing up this morning and being curious, right? Because I understand it's a curious place to be on a Sunday morning. And I trust that people that are here felt a calling, if you will, to get up and show up in a curious place on a Sunday morning. Shamanism is the oldest spiritual practice known to humankind. It's not a new concept, it's not new age, and it's not reserved for any specific species or race or tradition. It's universal in the context that we are speaking of it here. And it's a way of being. It's a way of being in harmony with all that is. And we live in a world that is out of harmony with all that is. I think we can all agree with that, in a culture that is, well, probably the world right now is as things are out of harmony, and we are seeing that more and more, and humans are suffering more and more. And I've been shown in my journey, and I've been guided to share with others, that we can ease our own suffering by getting back to some real basic principles and practices that are shamanistic. They're shamanic. You don't have to be a shaman to practice shamanism. You don't have to be a shaman to incorporate indigenous principles and practices into a everyday life. But it takes intention and attention and consistency and all of those things. I've learned in my studies that we all have to kind of grow up to some extent. We're forced to. Society forces us to grow up to some, get a job. We have to have money to eat and those things. But we're not forced to wake up. That's a journey that we choose or we don't. And it takes a lot of courage to take that journey of waking up. And an awakening is an ongoing process. I'll have people tell me sometimes, like, I had my awakening in 2020. Well, that might be when you were aware that it was beginning, but many of you have come to understand, it's not a one-time event. It just keeps expanding. And as we embark on that journey, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Our ancestors and indigenous cultures practiced shamanistic principles and practices to survive and to thrive. They didn't have Google Maps and Amazon, right? So to know where to be, what to eat, how to do all the things, they had to be in tune, in alignment, if you will. I call it our internal navigational system. But see, in our culture, we're not really using that internal navigational system. For one thing, we got rubber on the bottom of our feet, right? And we're trusting so many outside sources to tell us where to go and how to get there and what to do once we arrive. So then it can feel very lonely and isolating if we're walking to a beat of our own drum, right? In the journey of walking the path of awakening, what I have experienced is necessary, and maybe one of the most challenging practices is embracing the healing power of forgiveness. It's a practice. It's not a one-time deal to say, oh, I have forgiven her. Well, maybe I have today, and tomorrow I might need to work on that a little more, or surrender that a little more. I might get triggered again. And it's a practice. In the realm of shamanic wisdom, forgiveness is not merely an act of absolution. It is a transformative journey of healing and liberation. It is the sacred alchemy that transmutes the pain of the past into the wisdom of the present and the potential future. It's alchemy. It's transcending. I've had the word release. So my unvisibles know I'm a word nerd. And so they give me words a lot. If anybody's worked with me, I'm always saying, say this instead of that, because it has a different frequency. We talk a lot about releasing. This came up in, and happy new moon energy. We're still a little into that, happy waxing moon. But it's often traditional to do a list of what I want to release around the new moons and and the full moons. And what I was shown is get rid of the word release and adopt the word transcend. Transcend and integrate. Release, release, release. It's like I'm throwing the baby out with the bathwater. 10-year-old Angela that gets scared, I'm just trying to throw her out of the vehicle. I'm releasing her, be gone. I could transcend scared-year-old little 10-year-old Angela by saying, come here, baby, I got you. You are believing something that isn't true. Let's talk about that. What's coming up for you? Oh, you feel like everybody leaves? Well, honey, that's just an old story. Everybody's on their own journey just like you. So I transcend instead of just trying to release. If I have a grievance, well, I'm just going to write them down and release them. It's not that, it just doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. And that does have some power in it, but they're still transcending that. I want you to think of a snowball. When you got a little ball of snow and you want to build a snowman, you start rolling that ball and it gets bigger, bigger, and bigger. You're not taking the old snow and throwing it out as you're rolling the ball. It's all integrated. So I don't need to throw 10-year-old scared Angela out. I need to integrate her and love her and transcend that emotion. Does this make sense? So forgiveness is alchemy. It's transcending. In the tapestry of human experience, we encounter moments of betrayal, hurt, and disappointment. I promise you, somebody is going to hurt you and disappoint you and break your heart. I promise you. It's part of the human experience. We all get to do it. These wounds, whether inflicted by others or by our own actions, because I know I can hurt myself worse than anyone else can linger within us like festering wounds, casting shadows upon our souls and inhibiting our growth. So as a shamanic practitioner, I understand that all illness starts with a frequency. And I've been shown that resentment and shame, those fester and they manifest, they come into form. Talk to people that get sick all of a sudden. And you likely will find that recently, before they got really sick all of a sudden, something really traumatic happened in their life. And I'm not saying we try to avoid those things. It's part of the human experience. It's how we move through it that transcends it. Does this make sense? I say that a lot. Okay. In the heart of every wound lies the seed of healing, and forgiveness is the fertile soil in which the seed can sprout and flourish. To forgive does not mean to forget or condone the actions that caused us pain. It's a choice to transcend the burden of resentment, anger, and bitterness. We live in a culture that has a big emphasis on right and wrong, just and unjust, black and white, blame and shame, victim and perpetrator. It's all just so, and see, I see everything as it's all part of the same creation. I've been given an opportunity to have empathy for the murdered and the murderer, the raped and the rapist. I've come to understand that we're souls that are at different places in that beautiful sacred wheel of cycles, and we all have the capacity to do the worst thing that you have ever seen anyone do under the right circumstances. I was taught in my metaphysical teachings that there is no such thing as evil, it's just misunderstood motives. I've also been taught that in different interpretations of the Holy Bible, the word evil and good would have been better interpreted as ripe and unripe. Doesn't that feel gentler? And I want you to think about accountability instead of blame. Blame creates judgment. I'm right, you're wrong. No other thing about it. What you did is unforgivable. Well, what if I have accountability and then compassion? Well, what you did was you acting out of a place of hurt. And I've certainly done that before. I can understand that when people are afraid, they lie, because I've done that before. When I was in survival mode, I would do anything to survive. I've done that before. So having compassion for myself, those younger versions of myself that did those things, starts here. I forgave myself for being that person that made those decisions when she was unaware of her divinity. And now I can look at others that have harmed me and be like, you just aren't aware of how divine you are. And you projected that all over me. Bless your soul. I don't forget, but I don't let it drive the vehicle anymore. I transcend it, and it's a practice. Again, this is not, I just woke up one day, well, I'm just gonna transcend that. Because that's the thing about that awakening journey. When you expand, you get all comfortable, and guess what? It's time to expand again. And the universe is gonna throw you something else to forgive. Let's practice this. You say you can forgive. Let's see how well you are learning this lesson, this opportunity. We're going to give you some more practice. We're going to give you more opportunities to expand, to grow, and to love. We embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. We confront the shadows lurking within us, the shadows of fear, shame, and unworthiness, and we embrace them with compassion and understanding. I don't know about y'all, but I went through a period of trying to run from them, numb them, stay too busy to deal with them, put my focus on everybody else. Children are a great distraction, right? Little ones, great way to stay busy and not feel all of that. But then when they leave the house, it's like, whoa, here I am with my shadows of fear, shame, and unworthiness. And what I teach is we're not releasing them, we're illuminating them. Love them, love your shadows. Love the darkest part of you. Bring her in and understand that she was afraid and she was acting out. The people that harmed her or him were acting out. Again, it's not saying it's okay, but we're shifting the frequency of I'm right, you're wrong. Or that's unforgivable. I don't like that phrase. I've been told that by professionals before. Oh, well, that was unforgivable. Don't put me in your box, because I will die in there. I know that holding on to resentment is poison. When you understand energy and frequency, it's not about right and wrong. It's about, do you want this to fester up? And here's the other thing. I'm never here to tell you what to think, feel, or believe, but I invite you to think, feel, and consider things. Karma. It's a universal law. I didn't make it up. Cause and effect. There's good karma, bad karma. I don't like good and bad. There's karma. Every action has a reaction, creates a reaction. We create frequencies. We create karma with every interaction we have. How you treat the person at the checkout line at the grocery store creates karma. Everyone. And it's not to be all worried about it, but be aware of that. So when I have someone that has harmed me and you tell me it's unforgivable, you are telling me I'm going to keep doing this dance with them for a few more lifetimes. No, thank you. Freedom is forgiveness. And it's a practice. Again, I practice this every day because I've learned if there's 10 people that have harmed me and I forgive 9 of them, but say the 10th one is unforgivable, it's still going to make me as sick. And it's going to show up in all of my relationships. It's going to show up in my dreams. It's going to show up in the way I am, my life experience, my expansion, my awakening. It's going to affect that. As we walk this path of forgiveness, we are guided by the wisdom of our ancestors and the spirits of the earth. Again, this practice that I have embarked on, I've learned that, this forgiveness gets my internal navigational system more in tune. Wow. So I'm not going to let that person affect all of that. My ancestors, and I want to speak on that for just a moment, our ancestors. I have a really colorful family, right? Imagine a lot of us do. I've learned that it's not about condoning their behavior, but how about honoring their journey, honoring their story. I love mother-daughter relationships. It's got a special place in my heart. And I had a real challenging relationship with my mother because I had ideas of what it was supposed to be. And I've learned in practicing to forgive myself and forgive her, I needed to honor her story and honor my story, not saying she was wrong, I was right. She was the adult, I was a child. It's just not that simple. And that keeps me in that box of anger and resentment and shame, because then I'm blaming all the things I'm judging myself for on her. What if I forgive myself for all the things I judge myself for? Then there's nothing to blame her for. Just honor. And I understand people can be toxic, but toxic people deserve to be loved too, and they have a right to be on this planet. I don't want to play in their playground all day. I'm not going to be hanging out with them, but I can certainly practice forgiveness when someone says something hurts Angela's little feelings, because I get my feelings hurt. And I talk to her out loud. Brad will be like, what? No, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to her, right? We call upon the healing energies of the elements, the earth, the water, the fire, and the air. So when I'm practicing all these other, loving myself, loving and sending love to those that have harmed me, and forgiving myself for the things that I think they made me this way, I can then go sit on Mother Earth's lap and cry. Can lean against a tree. My best friend's a maple tree. You'll hear me say that probably every Sunday because she likes to be mentioned. I like to write on a piece of wood the things that I'm transcending and what I'm going to offer, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to give thanks, and burn it. Fire is an alchemist. Stand in the wind and breathe and feel yourself just transcending. You can call on the energy, the healing. Your body is designed to respond to nature. Whatever you believe, practice it. Go stand by a body of water. Your body is designed to respond to dirt. Right? Yeah. The mycelium network. Oh, sorry. I got recently sent a reel, I guess it's called, about how the drum and the mycelium network, Cole probably knows, we have a soil mystic among us. Yeah, the beat of the drum and the mycelium network, it's all interconnected. So when I'm saying just forgive, I'm not saying just forgive, I'm saying practice, be willing to transcend your hurt feelings. Go sit your butt on the ground, go get by a body of water, talk to a tree, love on yourself. But what do we tend to do? We tend to call someone that will co-sign our BS. Tell me how right I am and how wrong you are. And that feels good sometimes, doesn't it? I have twin daughters, and I used to totally indulge in complaining about one to the other because they were so on board. But see, I didn't want to carry that energy. I didn't want to keep feeling that way, because you start noticing it affects your whole day. Let me just check, because okay. In the sacred space of forgiveness, think about that, the sacred space of forgiveness. Doesn't that sound better than just forgive? That sacred space of forgiveness. We open ourselves to the flow of divine grace and compassion. I've learned that it's not about my self-esteem or my self-esteem or self-confidence. It's my confidence in my divine flow, that divine navigational system, and I practice getting into that flow. We recognize that we are all fallible beings, capable of both inflicting and receiving harm. One of my greatest teachers was a fitness trainer, and something he said to me one day it stuck with me, and this was probably, I don't know how many years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I told him, I said, I don't have friends. People just disappoint me. And he said, do you think you've never disappointed anyone? Of course I have. So I recognize I am not perfect, and I get angry and I get hurt, but I do not hold on to it, because it damn near killed me. I had a lot of justified resentments, and I held on to them for 30 years. And they damn near took me to the grave. And they killed me before they took me to the grave. I was spiritually bankrupt, emotionally, physically, all the ways. I was hopeless. Because I wouldn't forgive. I had a right to be angry. I justified it to every means. And other people co-signed it. Oh my God, you're right. I'd be angry too. Let me help you numb. Let me help you deal with that. So through forgiveness, we break the chains of karmic bondage that bind us to the cycles of pain and suffering. I recognize if I get a lot of opportunities of pain and suffering, I'm here to break a bunch of bondages. I am here in this lifetime to get things done. I'm here to transcend and rise above. We embrace the truth of our interconnectedness and recognize that in forgiving others, we ultimately forgive ourselves. I find forgiving myself allows me to project that out, but it is a circle. Can you see that? Like when I forgive myself for causing harm, then I can forgive you. But if I'm still blaming myself for what I did, then if you do something like that, I'm still going to blame you because I'm blaming me. It is a practice. So we're going to kindle the flames of forgiveness within our hearts, transcend the burdens of the past, and step into the radiant light of healing and wholeness. We're going to honor the sacred journey of forgiveness as a path of liberation and empowerment. Doesn't make you weak. We're going to free ourselves from the shackles of the past and embrace the infinite possibilities of the present moment. So many people come to me and say, I want to make a difference in the world. I'm a healer. I want to, and I always come back to it starts with doing our own inner work. It's not when we're in a session or when we're, on. It's how I show up for myself so I can show up for you. May the blessings of forgiveness flow through us like a mighty river, washing away, transcending, creating a renewed, radiant, and whole way of being. And just take a deep breath. Just let everything land with you where it will. We're going to do a guided journey or visualization around the topic of forgiveness. And if you have a big burden on your heart today or something that you're just, just keeps coming up, I'm going to teach you a practice that I've used in the past for the unforgivable, to transcend it. Words are powerful. And you don't even have to mean them when you say them to access the power of them. Because when you start practicing tapping into the energy, you start out not meaning it, but something shifts. After a while, it's like, ooh, I didn't mean that last week, but it feels a little different this week. But before we do that, we're going to take a pause for announcements. And for announcements, if you have any events coming up or anything you'd like to share, this is a community, this is a safe space. I do want to say that the sanctuary, the Shamanistic New Moon Shamanistic Sanctuary, is intending to grow and expand. We will be passing a basket at the end for donations. Don't feel obligated, but they are appreciated. We also have potato soup and sourdough bread and other goodies that have been donated, so you are welcome to stay after we close the ceremonial service and break bread. I want to thank my husband Brad for helping me peel and cut potatoes this morning. The soup would not have happened without him. It took longer than I thought, just reading the ingredients on there. We are also offering weddings and end-of-life celebrants. If you are interested in that service, get with me or Amy. Amy Lynn, Amy Marie, Amy Lynn, Amy Marie. They will also be offering donation-based Reiki at the back of the room after we break. So if you want to get in on that, they'd be delighted to work with you. Do you have anything?
I made the announcement last week, but for those that aren't here, on the 25th, I will be doing an intro to shamanism and journey to meet your power animal. It's really similar to stuff that you're doing here, but I'm gonna go into my history, my experience of what I've learned, and just kind of talk about it in an overview of the beliefs and practices and some of the symbolism of spirit animals and the directions and all that. And then do a journey to meet your power animal. So that's on the 25th at the Healing Collective. And it's $25 for the donation. And I can't remember what time it is. It's in the afternoon sometime.
All right.
It's on my website.
Yes, thank you. And if you want information, Amy's cards are back there. My brochures and cards are back there as well. If you have a card that you would like to leave back there, please feel free to do so. Again, this is a community. Check out the table and see if there's any services that might interest you in the like-minded room. Amy, do you have anything?
I'll say something on down the road, but I am going to be subbing for some young classes at the Lotus Counseling and Wellness Center. I know they're Sunday 6 p.m. classes, but that's forthcoming in October and April, so plenty of time.
Excellent, thank you. Anyone else have anything to share? No? Okay, all right, well, get yourself comfortable. We're going to just have our eyes closed for a bit. I'm going to turn this lamp off while we do this. You're good. Oops. There we go. Just begin taking some deep breaths. And with each exhale, just allow yourself to relax into your chair, into your body. Know that you are safe, you are supported, you are love. And just begin as you take in a full inhale, just exhale just a little slower. Feel yourself becoming grounded, rooted to the earth beneath you. Allow your awareness to expand, reaching out to the energies around you. So just feel yourself being interconnected with the room. Now, using your beautiful imagination, visualize yourself standing at the edge of a dense forest. Visualize, sense, or feel that you are standing at the edge of a dense forest. The air is cool and crisp, and the scent of pine fills your senses. As you step into the forest, you feel a sense of calm wash over you. The trees tower above, their branches reaching towards the sky like ancient guardians. With each step you take, you feel yourself moving deeper into the forest, guided by an unseen force. The path beneath your feet is soft and mossy, and the sounds of nature surround you. The gentle rushing of the leaves, the chirping of the birds, the distant rush of a stream. As you continue on your journey, you come to a clearing, bathed in golden light in the center. A cloaked figure in white robes, their faces obscured, approaches you. You feel a sense of peace and reverence wash over you in their presence. You may see or sense or feel approach the figure with an open heart and mind, knowing that they hold the key to unlocking the power of forgiveness within you. As you draw near, the figure raises their hand and beckons you to sit. You take a seat and allow yourself to relax, feeling the warmth of the sunlight on your skin. Figure invites you to reflect on any past hurts or grievances that weigh heavy on your heart. As you sit in contemplation, visualize each hurt as a heavy stone that you've been carrying. With each breath, imagine releasing these stones one by one, allowing them to fall away and be transcended by the earth below. Allowing the stones of each grievance, any past hurts, feel the weight lift from your shoulders with each stone being dropped and transcended. Notice how your heart feels lighter, more open. Allow yourself to feel a sense of compassion and understanding for yourself and for those that have caused you pain. setting the intention to free yourself from the grip of resentment and anger. Deciding to embrace the healing power of forgiveness, knowing that it has the ability to transform your life in profound ways. Beginning with yourself. Every mistake that you perceive has ever been made by you is a rock to be dropped and transcended. There are no mistakes, my dear. You are a miracle. You are a beautiful creation. You are love. And take a deep breath in. As you prepare to leave the clearing and return to the waking world, carry with you the knowledge that forgiveness is a journey that begins within the depths of your own heart. Take a deep breath and feel the forest fade away around you, and prepare to return to the present moment, taking your time. And begin to move your fingers and toes and just sense of peace and acceptance that will guide you on your path forward. You see, I have found that awareness creates a door of opportunity. If I'm aware that I have a resentment, I have a door of opportunity to transcend it. And that takes willingness. Willingness is the key. All it takes is willingness. I'm willing to forgive. Then cooperative components will conspire to support you. We've talked about them: earth, air, water, fire. Let's do a little drumming and singing, and then we will prepare to close. I trust you may feel a little lighter. Let's see what's on the board. I decided to just be surprised.
Okay.
I'm just gonna open it. And it keeps going to the same one.
They need it. They need it.
Yeah, grandmothers are like, "Nee." All right, we'll do fly like an eagle. Yeah, because as we drop those rocks, we can fly like an eagle. Just a 4-beat count. You can sing anything to a 4-beat count, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Well, I was taught if you can count to 4, you can keep rhythm, maybe. Fly like an eagle, fly like an eagle. You don't have to know the way, knows the way. You don't have to plan the way, trust the way, feel your way. The way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. The way knows the way. And we'll slow it down. And just bring it into a natural stop. Medicine of rattlesnake, is it that amazing? Yeah. Love it. Love it, love it. All right. Ooh, I trust you have worked up an appetite. We have all kinds of goodies back there. Put my dear friend away. Again, you're welcome to stay and eat, and then